How do you know that you're making progress when some of the goals that you're setting are not things that have tangible results? It's not like the goal is financially driven, where you would be able to see a higher amount of money in your bank account, or a health and fitness goal where you're able to see how your physique looks, or you're able to track time for how fast you're running or how high you're jumping or something like that, where the goal is really something that's stemming more from inside. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because there's a lot of girls right now who I'm coaching who have, and it's funny how this happens in groups where they've all said, gosh, you know what, I've dialed back on my career, reprioritizing things, and everything in my life seems to be completely falling apart. It's really hard for me to make good friends. I feel like I have no support structures in place. There's some conflict happening with my spouse or my boyfriend or, my parents or whatever, like all this stuff. Here's how you know, okay? Know first and foremost, trust yourself, that you're doing the right thing. When you are moving and you are living according to your value system and you're prioritizing that usually is the right thing to do, because values, like, you can ignore them for a while, but they always come to bite you in the ass, like, long term. But how you know when you're moving through those times where you're seeing just like overwhelming, I'm totally seeing that nest behind me. I hope it doesn't fall out of the tree. But you're seeing like overwhelming conflict, and it can cause you to doubt if you are actually moving in the right direction. And ironically enough, with this little nest, that's totally what made me think about this, is that you will know that your heart is moving in the right direction, and the correction in the coaching that you're taking is moving in the right direction by the presence of animals and children. What? Okay, now this means if you're out and about, or if your house, like, this is a brand new baby nest, all right? And so you know that animals can sense fear and they can sense anxiety, and so can children, right? And usually when they're around that, it upsets them, it upsets babies. They cry if they sense that their mom is anxious or upset, and animals can sense that fear and anxiety as well. And so when you are actually at peace inside, despite what seems to be just like a hellhole of insanity going on around you, when you start attracting animals to your place of residence, or if you're out in the public and you're just sitting there, you're not doing anything to entertain children, like they just come to you while you're sitting there and they want to give you a bite of their peanut butter and jelly sandwich just like out of the blue, that's how you're going to know that you're on the right track. Okay? The other stuff, the conflicts that are happening, are only happening because you're changing, and the other people either don't share the same value system as you, or they don't understand the change that's happening. And many times when you're going through it, you're simply just not communicating to them, either in the way that they can understand or in the way that they're ready to receive the fact that you are changing. So a lot of it has to do with them as well as your communication tactic. But when you're moving through it, it can be so lonely, and it can be so frustrating, and it can be so sad sometimes, because you feel like you are totally by yourself, or you only have one person when everybody else seems to have like groups of friends, or they're like posting a lot of happy stuff up on social media. So you need to pay attention to, first and foremost, honoring yourself, that you know what is right. And second to that is paying attention to the very subtle things which are moving in a very peaceful and positive direction. How's that?